Hello, Mr. Terry. How are you today, my friend?
Good. How are you?
Good. On this hump day with Hollywood Hay. I don't know how to make Keeneland rhyme with that, but I could try somehow to make that happen. But
Yeah.
yesterday, Parks, interesting day. I think did you get all four pick fours?
I did. First time I've ever done that.
And I think I had three of them.
Yeah.
And the unfortunate thing about pick four sometimes when the favorites win is sometimes we bet more than we win.
Yeah. Well, I checked it out and I lost $3.
That's kind of funny. We would have been better off betting all the winning horses, just $2 across the board, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Well, anyway, so be it, right? At least we were on it. That's always a pretty good thing. Hi, Race Masters. How were you? Yesterday, you had an advocate on here wondering why we were censoring you. I don't know that we've ever censored you, but if we did, it would be purely accidental. So, and because there's no such thing around here. We're kind of like Elon Musk in that we believe in free speech, no matter how it would be. Hi, Ali. How are you today? TV5. I think you can watch it on GRTV if you're south of the border on Texas. Real quick, Terry, we're a few people away from hitting 5,000 subscribers on YouTube. I think we're like 4. So if you're watching for the first time, kindly hit the subscribe button. Another thing that you can do to help us out, you see down here where it says share right there, Terry?
Yep, that's right.
If you hit that share button, folks, go ahead and copy that link and share it with your friends on all your social sites. We certainly would get over 5,000 today if you're watching right now and you're one of 5 people who have not hit the subscribe button at Horse Racing Radar TV. Kindly do that so we can get over that 5,000 threshold and we won't have to bother you again until we get to 10,000. So maybe another 30 years from now. Three picks today, Terry, at Guaranteed Tip Sheet. Turf Paradise, you see down there. Just head over to the Guaranteed Tip Sheet link in the description below. Go grab those picks and you will see. I don't know if there are any bar issues today, but in race number 1 in that 350-yard dash, Javier's Hustle might be the one that hustles the most with Mr. Gutierrez holding on for dear life with those popcorn horses. Yeah. Race number 1 in A8 race card at Keeneland. Terry, I was it was on my end. Thanks. Okay, yeah. I mean, we wouldn't mute you or anything like that. That doesn't make any sense. What's going on in race number 1, Terry?
It's a mile and 16th, and it's a maiden race, $70,000 purse. With it's for 3 maidens, 3-year-olds, and up. 3-year-olds.
Yes, and for the distance, the Keeneland meets just started, so really not a whole lot of data to work with. But so far at Keeneland, stalkers have done pretty good at a mile and the 16th on the dirt. It's known to be a speed track. 29% of the time so far they've gone wire to wire. The best place to be is the rail. So Vino Veloce maybe can benefit from that. The rail is the best. 2 to 3 is a penalty. 4 through 7's gotten a bonus. 8 and out's been bad, Terry. We do 10,000 simulations here in each race. We want to find out who's got the best chance to be on the lead. Also, we want to see, based upon our early pace projections, which horses are likely to be in their comfort zone where this race speed tempo will match its best performances. The higher the number, the better. We do 10,000 simulations with speed figures to calculate our own odds. We want our simulation odds to be lower than post-time odds. And then based upon those the output from those 10,000 simulations, how many times they ran a speed figure over par for this level, which would be 84. So far, none of them have crossed that hurdle, Terry. And the fastest one, She Talks to Angels.
Got scratched.
Got scratched, yes, indeed. Yep. So what's going on with the rest?
Well, it leaves the 5 and the 2 that shows a little bit of speed. So we just have to wait and see what happens. There are no overlays. There's no par plus. And 6, 2, 4 are the only ones that have decent C zones.
Yeah, so it means that race, if you put that in other parlance, is wide open to get started. We also do trip handicapping. We plot out the place on the track the horse wants to beat and run its best race. Really no front runner in here, one that's lead dependent. Again, a bunch have gone wire to wire. So if you're looking for the horse to go wire to wire, it could be Razzle Red or 2 Lucy's. Honor's Legacy should be right in there too, but those 2 haven't finished within 5 lengths of the leader so far. The 4-horse, Low Country Magic, making its first start. Our late speed, the horse that it will come in the best at the end, will be Sanctify, the pressure horse. Might not be too far off the lead here. It does have a pretty aggressive late pace advantage too. Our top total pace horse in here, Terry, is Sanctify. 4 points better than Two Lucy's. Where do you have Sanctify? A third.
I like the one Vino Veloz. She finished third versus similar only start, and the rail post went in at 18% clip. Number 5, Razzle Red's my second choice, has a high percentage winning trainer and jockey. Sanctify, the 6, is my third choice. She has a high percentage winning trainer who wins 22% of the races when taking a horse from an all-weather to a regular dirt surface, and has a high percentage winning jockey. Low Country Music Magic is my long shot. The 4 is a first-time starter. Sire has 16% wins 16% of the races with first-time starters, and she has a trainer that wins 17% of the races in dirt starts. She has a high percentage winning jockey and a good workout on April 5th. Only thing we're doing is we bet our first choice $2 to win. Then we bet $1 exacta with our first and second choice, a 50-cent trifecta box with our three choices, and then a 10-cent superfecta box with our four picks.
I'm going to start with the 1 horse two Vino Veloce. Was decently bet in her debut. That was last year. Had some in-race issues as a 2-year-old. Sat on the bench since, I think, July was the time that horse ran. Coming back, 3-year-old, getting first-time Lasix. So I'm going to go with that 2-year-old. Bled angle. Couldn't give it Lasix because it's only 2 years old. Comes back as a 3-year-old. Going to get the Lasix. Should help that horse today. Sanctify is the only horse in this field to hit par so far, Terry. And it gets first Lasix too. And right now, it looks like it's the favorite. Number 5, Razzle Red. Third choice for me. This one, if it makes its normal second race improvement, would be good enough to win, and has 5 workouts in between races to keep that horse or get it more fit for today. And then finally, Low Country Magic's a first-time starter, has okay workouts, decent enough breeding with the trainer stats and first-timers. Didn't warrant 3 out of 3 on my checklist. We have $32, so I bet $4 in every race. I'm gonna put $4 to win on the 1 in the opener at 5-2. The 6 horse is 2-1. The 4 horse is 2-1. So you got a lot of basically 3 favorites in this race. Folks unsure what's going to happen. According to Stephen Fielder, who wins a lot of these handicapping contests, the horse to bet here is the 2 horse, the longest shot on the board in a 5 horse field at 28-1. Otherwise, you're not really getting any value anywhere else. And they're off and they're running, Terry. And it looks like right now the 2 horse is the one with the best break. There you go, that long shot horse, right? The 4 horse, the first-time starter, is right alongside there. You like to see when the first-timers get off to a good start. Usually if they get off to a tough start, it's tough to tell if they'll have the heart to battle on through. That 6 horse there, Terry, the Sanctify, the one that just needs second race improvement, sitting right there in second, but really none of the horses out of the race. From the nose of the 4 to the tail of the 5, which is the trailer, you got maybe 6 lengths. They come around the opening turn there, opening quarter in 24-2. The 4 horse continues to set the tone as the first-time starter. The 6 horse sitting right there in second, riding shotgun right to the outside. The long shot on the rail, looking like he's in good striking position, Terry. Then you have the 7 in the back of the field, the 1 and the 5. They went through the opening quarter in a pretty slow 49.9 seconds, so almost 50 seconds. Could be very difficult for the horses in the back to find their way to the front because they're really not going very fast. 4 horse continues to hold. Pretty easy lead, Terry, I'd say. I would say the 1 horse, our top pick, both of them. That guy's probably pretty much done, Terry. Didn't get the fractions he needed to close into. The 4 horse going to continue to stay on the lead. I think he's going to win because the jockey's asking the 6 horse to go. And he hasn't really asked the 4 horse with the whip just yet. We'll see if the 4 horse has the nerve, the first time start, to go wire to wire, Terry. Looks like he does. It's going to go 4, 6, and then there's that long shot. Might finish second, but I think the 7 horse is going to finish third. It's going to go 4, then the 6, and then the 7-2. 4, 6, 7, 2. The first time starter, Terry, is the one to get the job done. And then behind that, probably should have did the 7 in the 2.
Yeah.
It would have come out all right. So there you go, folks. 4 horses, your opening winner. Speed won that first race right there. Let's see if that continues today at Keeneland. You like the 1 horse. There you go. Unfortunately, the 7 horse, number 2. All right, Terry, let's go on to race number 2. Screenshot Kaise's picks, folks. We'll also put the timestamp down in the description below when we're done so that you can come back and find things fairly simply as the day progresses. What are the conditions for race number 2, Terry?
It's a 1.8 miles. It's a claiming race, $16,000 claiming price with a purse of $45,000 for 4-year-olds and upward.
And at a 1.8 miles in the limited amount of racing so far, there's been 5 races, and the way to the winner's circle has been barbell. Either go wire to wire, which has been 2 of them, or close, which has been the other 3. Mobster Gun could benefit from a rail bias from what we've seen from the handful of races. 2 through 3 they've played under par. So far, nobody's gotten a win from 4 through 7. The best place to be so far in the 5 races is on the outside, Terry. So in a handful of races, outside speed has been the place to be, but we find the speed on the inside.
Yeah, that's true. There several of them show speed, but that 2 shows the most speed, followed by the 8. And then the 2 has an overlay from 2.5 to 1 to 5 to 1. The 3 has an overlay from about 6 to 5 or 7 to 5 to 6 to 1. And the 10 has an overlay from 5 to 1 to 10 to 1. 3, 6, 10, and 2 have par plus numbers. And all but the 3 shows some kind of a C-zone number.
All right. So as far as our trip handicapping is concerned in race number 2, 6 horse has some versatility. Oh, that one scratched out, though, at the end. So we don't have that one in there. Otherwise, that would have been my top pick, folks. But
the 6 got scratched?
The script, yeah, Minstrel scratched late, I think. Let's go back here and look. Was my top pick. I think he scratched late because I played a contest and he was going to be my pick. Yeah, Minstrel scratched late, Terry. So you're going to have to change all that stuff.
Oh, I am. Yeah. I didn't see that.
Yes, indeed. He scratched right before we came on the air.
Yeah.
I like how they do that, right?
Yeah, they really goofed me up because the 1 also scratched.
The 1 also scratched?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes, the 1 also scratched too. So you are really goofed up in there, Terry.
I am.
So why don't you go ahead and fix your picks? I'll go ahead and walk us through all of the details for a 1.8 miles as you get that all squared away. So at a 1.8 miles, as I mentioned, be on the front or close. So the late looking like here with the 1 is out. So let's scratch this bad boy out. He's not going to be in the mix. Neither is the 6. Some late scratches wreaking havoc on what Terry and I are trying to do. But the early speed does look like it belongs to All West. The 2 horse got a 41% chance. The other one, they give it a little bit of giddy up and go, will be the Thunder, the 8 horse. About a 30% chance to be up on the lead. Based upon that pace, though, Terry, it looks like the 11, Nicholas Jones, and the 7, Shortlist, will be most comfortable with how fast they're going. As far as our simulation odds are going, the 2, the 3, they look good. Par plus horses, you probably went through all this, Terry. So let's go back here. Well, it's twice as good that way, right? A lot of versatility in these horses, Terry. 1, 2, 4, 5, 7, 8, 11. Nobody really a real true pace setter in here. 3, 9, and 10 want to close. Get to the front. You might got a shot. Well, Minstrel and Mobster Gun won't be there. We know that because they scratched late, and we're trying to adjust for that on the fly. Hence our jaggedness. The 2 horse, All West, has about a 1 length lead over the Thunderer, which we saw on our simulations. Kahala is going to be in there too. So you do have a little bit of contention for that second spot in there. Most of those horses minus the 8 to the inside of the 8. So that could make it a difficult trip for the 8. Trending Up does have the most late speed in here, Terry. Pretty aggressive late speed advantage. Won't be that far off the pace here either. And does rank out as our second best top total pace horse. The 2 and 3 well above everybody else in this mix, Terry. I don't know if you're ready or not yet, but ready or not, here you go.
Here we go. Well, I like the 7. This is my top choice, Shortlist. Finished 3rd on an all-weather surface against Similar in his last race, and his best start speed is fastest among today's starters. Then I like the 8, the Thunderer. He has won 2 out of the last 3 races, drops in class today, and has a high percentage winning trainer. And then I like the 5, I don't know if I can pronounce that or not.
Kahala,
yeah. The
sounds
5.
like maybe a place in like in Is that like a place in Hawaii? I don't know. It sounds like it, or maybe a golf course. I don't know. But anyway, go ahead.
Well, anyway, won 2 out of the last 2 races, so he's going for a hat trip. He has a trainer that has won 100% of the time when he drops off a win, runs a horse that drops off of a win. And then my next choice is the 4 Candy for Campbell. And this horse has Flavian Pratt on it. It drops in class today, and the trainer wins 22% of the claiming races that he has a horse running in. Finished third last race against Tougher and has a good workout on April 7th.
I'm going to start with the 2 horse, my top pick here. You're going to get to the front, right? So
Yeah.
be wire to wire or close. This one's running in the lowest level of its last 10 races. It's 8 years old. So consistent, probably the most consistent performer in here. Maybe just not fit to run at the levels it's accustomed to. So it looks like they're selling them. Maybe they want higher caliber horses in the barn, but should fit nicely at this level. Candy for Carmel, the 4 horse. This one's taking a class drop in its second start after a layoff and does have a pair of robust workouts between races. The Thunderer. Well, I'm going to take a flyer. You took a flyer here, Terry, too, with that one. As you mentioned, did win 2 in a row. 3 good workouts since that last race. I think the tell here on the 30-1 horse is that Jose Ortiz is on board, one of the top jocks down there at Keeneland. Why would Jose jump on a 30-1 unless they didn't think it had a shot? And then your top pick, the short list, might not look like it on paper, but that last race was much better than the start before that. All the race internals, the pace numbers were better from the beginning to the middle of the end. And to confirm that, the horse ran about 2 seconds faster. We do have our Don Jones pick 4s. Here's Terry's right here. 578, 235, 259, 248, 3x3 by 3x3. Sort of a Noah pick 4, except he was 2x2x2. I'm going to go 2, 4, 7, 8 because I think anybody can win this race. 2, 6 in the next spot. 2, 3, 9, 12, and then 4, 6, 9. Mine's $48. And today, what I'm going to do, I have a flyer in every single race. In fact, I did one of those horse racing contests, and I took a long shot, my long shot. So I got a bomb in every brace, a flyer. So I'm going to go the 8 over to 2, 4 for a $1 exacta box, key box, hoping that at least 1 or 2 of them hit today and pay for the entire day, Terry, on that angle.
All right.
Let's go off to race number 3, Terry.
All right, let's do that. Race 3 is mile 16th. It's a maiden race, $100,000 purse. It's for maidens, fillies, and mares, 3-year-olds and upward.
And at a mile and a 16th, like we saw in the opener there, right? That was the first race. Stalkers do good, although the last race, the 4 horse got to the lead and kept the lead. So that's going to add it to the 29% of horses that went wire to wire. The rail is the best, so Neon Icon could get a good trip there. 2 through 3, get a little bit of penalty. 4 through 7, a bonus. 8 and out has been bad, Terry. So we're looking for some inside speed in race number 3, and it's in the middle.
That's right. Well, pretty much in the middle. Actually, it's the 3 horse, but it shows a lot of speed. All of them shows some kind of speed, but that's the most. So it should really get there, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
And then the 2 has an overlay from, real low, like 1 to 2 to 8 to 5. And then the 2 also has the only par plus number in there. And the 2 also has a really decent C-zone number.
Yeah, indeed it does. So our trip handicapping, the 2 horse is a lone pressure horse. 3, 4, and 5 want to close. So far, the 6 Street Where You Live sounds like a threat. Yeah, that's a good thing. Let's name a horse a threat. And then, of course, that one has not finished within 5 lengths of the leader. So it's not on the street where the winners live. Neon Icon, the first-time starter. Don't know what that's going to bring to the table. When the gates open and the dirt starts flying, Terry, Dynaism will be your fastest horse. Cara Colleen, the pressure horse, probably sit right behind that 3 horse. But the 3 horse wants to close. Left arrow horse, those usually do pretty good. Late speed belongs to Cara and Colleen, along with $1 a day. They're considerably faster than the rest. So it looks like the 2 horse should sit right off the 3. Try to run by late, Terry. Our top total pace horses, the 2, the 4, and the 3. They stand above the 5 and the 6. We don't know what the 1's going to bring. So maybe just a 1, 2, 3, 4. Put those horses in the order that you like, and you might have the exacta or trifecta, maybe even ice cold superfecta. What about you?
I like the 3-horse. She finished second in her last race and has a high percentage winning trainer. This trainer wins 24% of the first route races that he has a horse compete in. And she has a high percentage winning jockey. Then Karen Colleen, the 2, is my second choice, finishing the money in 5 out of her 7 career starts and has a good workout on April 4th. Number 5 is Foreseen. It's my third choice, finished third versus similar in her last race, has a high percentage winning jockey and a good workout on April 8th. And then Neon Icon, the 1, is my long shot as a first-time starter, whose dam has 2 winners from 3 starters, and the rail post is winning at 18% clip. No additional bets other than our normal bets.
I'm going to go with that 2-horse, Terry, as my top selection. Kara and Colleen, probably going to be your favorite in here, but it's one of the few horses in the race that's hit par. Does have a handful of workouts between races. No question this one should come to the track fit. Street Where You Live, my second choice in here, Terry. I'm going to take another long shot in here with that 2-year-old, the 3-year-old first Lasix angle. Does have some pretty solid workouts between races. Neon Icon, that first-time starter. The works are there. The breeding is there, unquestionably in that regard. But trainer George Arnold, the first, second, third, just 6% winners with first-timers. If he was a little bit better with those firsters, I would have ranked him a bit higher. Foreseen was a tough call for me over your top pick, Terry, but the workouts are better, and so far it looks like, at least on paper, that the 5-horse has competed against better company. I'm going to do my $6, $1 exacta key box, the 6 over the 1 and the 2. Should maybe did the 4-horse in there, the 20-1. Race number 4, speaking of 4s, Terry, is where we're going to make our next stop in Lexington, Kentucky. This one, Terry, is, this one, I think this is the race that was most affected by a scratch. But before we talk about that, talk about the conditions.
Well, it's a short race. It's 4.5 furlongs, and it's a $80,000 purse for maidens, and it's for maidens 2-year-olds.
Yes, indeed. And really, 4.5 furlongs, you're just looking for speed. There's been 4 races, Terry, and guess how many of them went wire to wire?
All 4.
Yes, indeed. All wire to wire. 1 win from the rail. Nobody won from 2 or 3. Only 1 horse won from post 4, 5, 6, or 7. And all of the rest, the other 2, ran from the outside. Most of these horses making their first time start, Terry. So no need for simulations, no need for trip handicap, because we have no idea.
That's
so let's
right.
Just go ahead and talk about how we think this race is going to go.
Okay, I like the 9 Strumman. He ran second versus Simmer in his only start. And then I like number 2, Jet Sweep Joe. My second choice, the first-time starter, has several good workouts. I like the 5, Mr. Woodford. He's a first-time starter whose dam has 2 winners from 4 starters. One of them was a stakes winner and a good workout on April 6th. And then I like the 3, my long shot, Baytown Boo Boo. He's also a first-time starter and has a good workout on April 4th. No additional bets in this race for me.
I think the 9-horse, Terry, is the one to beat in here, too. Any second race improvement would put him beyond what's needed at this level. Here comes my long shot. Into Inspiration, 30-1. Terry tied for the longest shot on the board. But on April 3rd, this horse had a workout, 4 furlongs, 47-4. I think of all the first-time starters, that was the best workout, Terry. And outside has done okay, too. So number 2, Jet Sweep Joe. That one, Terry, has a 3 furlong workout in 34.4 seconds. Again, I don't put as much emphasis on 3 furlong workouts because any horse can run fast for 3 furlongs. But that tells me that the trainer wants to press for the lead. And again, so far, 4 for 4 have gone wire to wire. And finally, number 3, Baytown Boo Boo, just like you. Another one, Terry, that's training to get out of the gates fast as well. Wide open race. The other one I was thinking about putting in here over the 3 was the 11-horse, but workouts weren't as strong. Race number 5, I think, is the second race in the middle of the card. We get away from all those babies, Terry, and do something a little bit different.
Yeah, we're going to stretch it back out to 7 furlongs, and it's a $30,000 claiming race, purse $48,000. It's for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upward, which have never won 2 races.
This is about 7 furlongs, and I don't know what the beard is all about. Maybe somebody at Keeneland can explain that to us, or maybe we'll watch it and figure out what that means. But at about 7 furlongs on the beard, you're looking for horses where 3 out of 5 have gone wire to wire. The rail, if you got speed, is a great place to be because it got 2 of those 5. 4 through 7 got the other 3. So again, only a handful of races, not a lot of emphasis on that data other than maybe a hint at what is where the best place to be is. But we do know the best place to be is up front, Terry. And it looks like every single one of them has some chance to get the lead.
Yeah, you're right about that. They all show a little bit, but the 3, 4, and 5 show the best speed numbers. The 2 has an overlay from 2 to 1 to 3 to 1. The 4 has an overlay from 3.5 to 1 to 12 to 1. And the 9 has an overlay from almost 5 to 1 to 20 to 1, which is really nice.
Run, rabbit, run.
And the 2 shows the only par plus number. All but the 6 and 8 show some kind of C zones, and most of them are pretty good.
Well, let's talk about the trip here as well. 2, 3, and 4 want to be on the lead. 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, a lot of closers that usually favor speed. The track, surface, and distance favor speed. Wrapping Wish, the 4 horse, along with Run Rabbit Run. Hey, there's a left arrow horse over there again, that long shot. But if you look at this, Terry, outside of out of nothing at all, everybody's within 5 points of each other. So you get stuck wide, you get bumped, you get off to a slow start. You could either be in the front of the pack or just in front of the 2 horse. That's about it. As far as your late speed is concerned, in case you spin those wheels out of there, I Got a Bolt will be coming the most aggressively at the end. But again, if you look at here, there's really not a lot of difference from any of this group here. This is shaping up to be a very competitive race. And we see here in our total pace figures, Terry, that we have 5 horses within 5 points of each other. Again, any mishap in the course of the race could be the difference between finishing first or finishing well out of the money. And we both somehow settled on the same horse on top.
That's right. I like the Wrapping Wish. Finished second versus similar last race as the favorite, but the trainer wins 21% of the time when bringing a beaten favorite back, and she has a high percentage winning jockey. And then out of nothing at all. Out of nothing at all. The 2 is my second choice. High percentage winning trainer, switches high percentage winning jockey. In the last 7 days, this jockey's been in the money 13 out of 23 starts with 6 wins, 4 seconds and 3/3, and has a good workout on April 9th. And then the 8 is my third choice. Can improve while returning to dirt and to a sprint. Has a high percentage winning trainer who wins 23% of the claiming races he has a horse competing in, and has a high percentage winning jockey. And then the 6, Baytown Lovely, my long shot. She returns to Keeneland, where she has finished in the money in 2 out of 3 starts, winning one of those, and drops in class today. And I'm going to bet at 50-cent pick 4. I'm going to use the 2, 4, 6, 8 with the 1, 5, with the 1, 3, 10, 12, with the 1, 7, 8, $48 ticket.
If you're watching today on Twitter, kindly hit the retweet button so more folks can find out about us. Hit us up in the comment section as well. If you haven't done so yet, I just checked. We're only 5 people away from 5,000 subscribers on YouTube. You can find us over on YouTube at Horse Racing Radar TV. Kindly go over there and hit the subscribe button. Get us over that 5,000 hump today on Hump Day. That would be a parallel or symmetry or something like that, Terry.
Yeah.
I like the 4 horse 2 long shot in here. Wrapping Wish could be the pace setter, Terry, or the 3 horse in there. Does have a decent workout between races, so should be more fit today and making the classic 3rd start after a layoff. Baytown Lovely, the 6 horse, in my second call, has hit par for this level, has 5 really good workouts between races, which the last one was in early February. So the horse should be fit coming off the bench. Here's my long shot of this race, Terry, my flyer. This one is Run Rabbit Run. Gonna catch first time Lasix, Terry. March 19th workout since being on the Lasix, 4 furlongs and 47 and 4 is her best published workout. So maybe that Lasix already taking hold. And then finally, out of nothing at all, the 2 horse is probably the most consistent performer in this race. is running at the lowest level of its career, not including its debut. Does have some decent workouts getting ready, is your probable favorite, but I don't want to take the favorite in what looks like a wide open race. Probably going to regret that in my Miami Vice pick 4, Terry, especially in the race of death, because it connects the early pick 4, ends the early pick 4, starts the late pick 4. So if the favorite wins, I'm just going to jump off a bridge. But 4, 6, 9 over to 2, 3, 5, 6 over to 1, 2, 11, 12, and then closing it out with the 1, 6. Again, $1 exact the key box, my long shot over my top 2 picks. Let's get one of these long shots home, if not 2 today.
Be nice.
Well, we deserve a long shot or 2, Terry. All right, let's talk about race number 6, because we got plenty of time before race number 2 starts. Tell me about race number 6.
Well, it's a 6 furlong race, and it's the first allowance race, a $50,000 allowance race, and it's a $57,000 purse for fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and upwards, which have started for a claiming price of $50,000 or less, which have never won a race other than a maiden or a claiming.
So they've run this one a lucky 7 times. 3 of those 7 got to the lead, kept the lead, and decided just to turn into the winner's circle. The rail has been the best, along with 8 and out. Everything in the middle so far in the 7 races has struggled. So let's go take a look, Terry, where we might find some inside or outside speed in race number 6. Well, there's only 6 horses in the field, and again, we find speed's dead set in the middle.
Yeah, that 3 shows lots of speed. The only other horse that really comes close is the 2, and it's not that close. The 5 has an overlay from about 3 to 5 to 6 to 5. There's none that show any kind of par plus numbers, and all but the 5 show some kind of C zones.
Yeah, this 3 horse, that early speed with that high C zone, we've seen that combined for a win way too many times to ignore. Let's see if a 3 horse wants to be on the lead. Well, it's an EP type, doesn't need the lead to win, so not lead dependent. Most of the horses want to be middle back. Again, that should favor early speed, Terry, and does look like crack-a-lackin'. There you go. Say that one a few times fast. It's a little more than a length and a half quicker than Miss Rip to its inside. Should have no problem clearing and get to the lead. Looks like the problems for that one come at the end of the race, because that's red over there. The green horse is the green horse, Paparina, a little bit faster than Deanne's 80. And then Little Sister Sue. Those 3 will have the most energy as the race comes to a close. As far as our top total pace, the 5 and the 1, they're about a length quicker than the 4 or the 6. They're about a length quicker than the 2 or the 3. So maybe a nice trifecta or a nice superfecta. 5-1 over to 5-1 over to 4-6. 4-6, Terry, how do you have them ranked?
Well, I like the 5 Paparina. That's my pick of the day. So I'm going for 2 in a row, as I won yesterday with my pick of the day. She finishes second versus similar in her last race as a favorite, but has a trainer wins 22% of the races when bringing a beaten favorite back again. Her dirt speed is fastest among today's starters, and she has a high percentage winning jockey. Lots of boxes marked up. Then I like that one, Diane's 80. She has won 3 out of her 7 career races, and has a high percentage winning jockey and trainer. And then Marmalade Sky, the 6 is my third choice. She won her last race, and she has a highest prime power number in the race. And then number 3, Crack-a-Lacking is my long shot. She won her last race and can handle the distance. I'm going to play $26 to win on the 5, and then a $1 exacta key box with the 5, and key it up with the 1, 3, 6.
So I also start with the 5 horse. A lot of similar thinking at the top of our tickets today. Classic third start after a layoff has been the best of this bunch. I don't think there's any question about that. And with only 3 races, not only has he been the best, but potentially has the most upside to boot. The rich getting richer. Number 6, Crack-a-Lacking, Terry, that has that early speed with the strong C zone. This one went to debut at Keeneland. Guess what? It won wire to wire, running away. Going to be the pace setter here again today. Maybe another win on the front at Keeneland. Marmalade Sky, the 6 horse, third choice in here. Another making that third start after a layoff. Getting incrementally better from race to race to race. Last time, so much better so that it ran more than a second faster than its prior start. And then finally, my long shot. Terry, got to have one in every race right now. Mrs. Rip, the 2 horse. This one went wire to wire in its debut as a 2-year-old way back in July. Finally back. So again, one of those horses that probably bled. Gets the first time Lasix here as a 3-year-old. and has some very consistent, solid workouts. Like if it's prepping for its debut, there's my $1 exacta key box again, 2 with the 3 and the 5. We have enough time to do race number 7 to start the late double, Terry. Don't think we'll be able to get to race number 8 before we see what happens at race number 2, but the lone race on the grass today.
Yeah, and it's the second allowance race. It's $110,000 allowance price, and it's for a mile and an eighth on the turf. Purse $110,000. It's for 4-year-olds and upwards, which have never won a race other than maiden claiming or starter, or which have never won 2 races.
Christopher D'Souza, race number 6, the 3-horse with the 4 and the 1. So keep an eye on that. In race number 6, I'm sure Christopher will share his thoughts for race number 7 as well. At a mile and an eighth on the Kentucky Bluegrass, Terry, 1 race went wire to wire, and it was either a post 2 or post number 3. So some speed, maybe, Terry, especially on the inside in race number 7. One race doesn't really make data, but if you want to go speed, there's one that's faster than the rest.
Yeah, that 11 shows the most speed in here, although the 10, 3, and 1 have some kind of speed. So we'll just have to see. I think that 11, if it gets a good break, will get to that quarter pole first. The 2 has an overlay from about 7 to 5 to 5 to 2, and the 5 has an overlay from almost 8 to 1 to 20 to 1. Really nice. And then that 8 has an overlay from 7.5 to 1 to 12 to 1. The 2 shows the only par plus number in here, and there's actually several of these that have C-zone numbers, with the 3 and the 1 having the largest or the best.
So just real quick, the C-zone measures, at least we do, a proprietary number where it's like the special sauce on the Big Mac. We won't tell anybody what it is, but what we do is with 10,000 simulations, and based upon that early speed, how the pace or fractions are going to match the horse's best performances. And for par plus, when we do 10,000 simulations, we calculate out the projected speed figure and how many times or what percent of that 10,000, where the speed figure in this case for what say the is at least, as the Brisnet puts it, 91. So 14% of the time, what say the popped out a number bigger than that. As far as our pace handicapping is concerned in race number 7, Terry, what we're looking here is the 3-horse. Royal Mendy is a lone E-horse. If that one can get to the lead, look out. Their confidence will grow. The 11 and 12 with some versatility in its debut, Porqueas. Our early speed horse in here, Terry, does look like it's the 11 horse, a little bit faster than Passing Judgment to its inside, a length quicker than Royal Mendy, but I'm sure Royal Mendy will make it work to get there. Porqueros, a lot of horses very tightly mixed in here. This race probably going to be won at the end. Now and later, the most late speed, but way, way off the pace early on. So what say the looks like it could be the best position to use its late legs. For that, it does grade out as your top total pace horse. Again, top 4 produce approximately 72% of the winners, Terry. A lot of opportunity in this race to catch a price, Terry. What one do you think is the best offering?
I like the 12 horse. He won his last race at Gulfstream Park, has the highest percentage winning trainer, wins 24% of the time that he has a horse running its first route race, and he has a high percentage winning jockey. And then the 1, Wayhill Road, is my second choice, won his only start at Keeneland. He switches to a high percentage winning jockey who in the last 7 days, as I said before, has 6 winners out of 23 starts. Number 3, Royal Mendy, is my third choice, has a high percentage winning trainer who wins 23% of the races when he's using second-time Lasix, and has a high percentage winning jockey. The 10, Passing Judgments, by a long shot. He won his last race at Fairgrounds, and he has a high percentage winning trainer. Just my normal bets here as I'm out of money.
So I'm going to start off with the 1 horse in this race here, Wayhill Road. The only win came on the only trip across Keeneland grass, working like a madman since his last race. There's just works everywhere. Like the horse is just letting loose. Like, here we go. What say thee? This simulation favorite, the lone par plus horse in the field, is not surprisingly the most consistent performer and by far, not even close, the best turf breeding. And it's good today too. So a lot of times turf breeding really shows up when the track is not fast. Porqueas, the 2 horse, Porqueroyes, something along those lines. If this horse just improves like the normal amount in the second race after a layoff, is probably your winner. And then finally, number 11, Horace Man. Someone once criticized me when I didn't pick a D'Amato horse, Come on, man. Everybody knows you take D'Amato on turf. So, all right, I'll take Phil D'Amato on turf with all that early speed in there, Terry. I'm going to do my $1 exact key box, the 11 over the 1 and the 2.
All right.
Race number 2 is about to get going. And guess what? Just on cue. They get going. A pretty clean break for everybody, but the 4 horse in race number 2, Candy for Carmel, is the one to pull the cart early on. The 5 horse Kahala in the middle of that, and the 8 horse. You got a whole host of horses in there. The 2 horse looks like that's the one all the way in the back there, Terry, or is that the 11 horse? No, the 11 horse all the way in the back. The gray 2 is on the rail. You have on the outside, that's kind of hard to tell because there's a big mute button in my screen. So 4 horse continues to set the pace, 23, almost 24 seconds. To the outside is that 8 horse Thunder, which is running a pretty good race over there, Terry, looking to make it at 8-1, perhaps your winner. You got the 5 horse on the rail there in third. That one's moving pretty well. To the outside of the 5 is the 10. The 2 horse Saving Ground on the rail. That one is your favorite, All West. The 4 horse continues to set the tone, Terry. That one is your favorite at 2-1. The 8 horse is right near the field, really bunching up in here. The only one that looks like he's not engaged is the 11, kind of bounding around in the back, nose up in the air, tail up in the air. Disinterested. The 8 horse has moved its nose in front of the 4 horse, so the 4 battling back. You got the 10 horse, one that neither one of us has, also deciding to get engaged. Let's see who's moving the best here at the end. The 5 horse now looks like it wants to make a move up the rail, although the 2 horse kind of went to the inside of it. So I think the 5 horse's chances might be over. The 8 horse, the long shot, Terry, has moved to the lead. Let's see if he can keep the lead at 10-1 to pick our pick 4, Terry. I just need that bad boy to hit on there, Terry, because I put that one on the top of my ticket over there at the handicapping contest. It looks like it's going to go 2, 4, 8, 8, 4, 2, and 5. 8, 4, 2, 5. 8, 4, 2, 5. So I got the trifecta. We're both starting our pick 4, Terry, with a 10-1, baby. How does that sound?
It sounds great.
Yes, indeed.
I
I like that.
Yeah,
I put that one on top of my bet in the contest. I put that one as my top pick. I did one of those horse tourney contests today because I had so many long shots that I liked today. I'm like, you know what? How many times do we go play that thing and we see people just pick long shot, long shot, long shot? We know they're just taking the longest shot on the board, or they pick 4, 4, 4, 4, 4 all the way across the board, and they don't hit to win, and you lose because you pick 6 winners, they pick 2, and their 6 added up more than your 2.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Anyway, last race for you and me today, Terry. We'll be back tomorrow to do Keeneland again. Same bat time, except instead of 8 races, we're going to do 9 races. But today we end with number 8.
Okay, it's a 7 furlong race, and it's a maiden claiming $10 or $100,000. It's a purse $69,000 for maidens, 3-year-olds and upward. And at 7 furlongs, not approximately 7 furlongs on a beard course, but just real 7 furlongs, apparently on a real course. Early speed does great, Terry. 42% of the time it does so good, it gets to the lead and passes the finish line and collects money. Inside 3, they get penalized. So the favorite, Trump-tastic, might find himself in a courtroom ready to be penalized. 4 through 7, by far the best place to be. 8 and out. So far, nobody's got the win there, Terry. So looks like you want to be fast. You want to be fast in the middle of the track. So that would only be the 4, 6, and 8. Any of them got that speed, Terry? Yeah, looks like one of them. Yeah, the 8 has the most speed, although most of them show some kind of speed. And then none of them show any kind of an overlay that I could see. And then we've got all of them have par plus, and there's a couple of 100%ers in there. So,
yeah.
And then the 1, 8, 3, and 6 show C-zone numbers.
All right. Well, let's talk about the race shape for the final race of the day today. The 1 and the 3 want to be on the lead. So far, the 6, Indy Magic, going to give it a go for the first time today. The 2 horse, Patriarchal, wants to close. The 4 and the 8, well, they've not finished within 5 lengths of the leader so far, although today the 8 horse might actually be your leader when the race gets started. Trump-tastic, along with Burnin' Hot. So a little bit of political action in there. Trump versus Bernie. All the Bernie bros think that's what it should have been in 2016. Looking at the late speed in there, we got Trumptastic as the winner over Oliver, burning hot, falling short in the third place, along with Patriarchal. Finally, our top total pace horse in there is Trumptastic, a few points better than Oliver, and then big drop off after that. So maybe the 1, the 8, and then throw the 6 in for your exacta trifectas, because you don't know what that one brings to the table, Terry, but you know what picks you're bringing to the table.
Well, I like the 1 Trumptastic. He drops in class today. His best dirt speed. It's fastest among today's starters. Switches to high percentage winning jockey. Practical Thought. The 7's my second choice. Ran second in his last race, receiving the highest last race speed rating, and has a high percentage winning jockey. 8 Oliver is my third choice.
Well, Terry, the 7's not in the race.
Oh, got scratched?
Yeah, well, I mean, it looks like you. Let me see if he scratched. Yes, Practical Thought is out.
Wow, that another
no, because you scratched that one.
That's right, and I just made a mistake there. All right, so the 8 is my second.
I'll go through my picks so you can go and fix it.
Okay.
So another ad lib as we go. So I'm going to go with Trumptastic as my top choice in here. Every race so far that it's run, all 5 of them have been par or better. Hence the 100% par plus reading in there. Going to drop in class to boot. Strong C zone. The only time that this horse ran at Keeneland, missed by a neck from graduating. Indy Magic, the 6 horse, my second pick in here, Terry. The works are there. Unquestionably working well. The breeding is there. Probably some of the best breeding in the race. Trainer Doug O'Neill, he wins 16% when he debuts on the maiden claiming lengths. So I wonder why this horse is debuting at maiden claiming 100,000 instead of maiden special weight, if they feel like they have something. But maybe they feel like they won't get claimed and they can sneak a win in. Number 8, Oliver, is another one. Both races have been above par so far. My concern with this one is it likes to get to the lead and fade. It's going to get to the lead, but it's going to be pressured today by every horse except for maybe the 4. Kiss the Moon, and Kiss the Moon is my long shot in here, Terry. It's my flyer. Really good pair of workouts at Keeneland, and has a pair of par races as well. So maybe, we don't know yet, but could be a horse for the course at 20-1. My $1 exact key box is the 4 over the 1 and the 6. So we went on a turn today, Terry, but it is now yours.
All right. Well, I like, as my first choice, I like Trumptastic, as I said, Trumptastic. And he drops in class. Best start speed among today's starters, switches the high percentage winning jockey. I like Oliver as my second choice, drops in class, has a high percentage winning trainer, wins 19% of the races when shipping a horse in to compete, has a high percentage winning jockey. Then I like the 2 horse. He has a high percentage winning trainer, and that trainer wins 21% of the time with first time maiden claiming races. And then Indy Magic as a 6 is my long shot. It's a first time starter whose sire wins 16% of the races with first time starters, has a high percentage winning trainer. So
I'm going to start with Trumptastic as my top pick too, Terry, as I mentioned. Oh, I did that already, so forget that.
Yeah.
I'm creature of habit. Anyway, so those are our picks for the 8th race there. I'm going to do my $1 exact key box to 4 over the 1-6. My theory today was play the long shot with my top 2 choices, and that worked out in race number 2, the 8-4, $1 exacta. I put $4 into it, paid $48.14. Terry, the trifecta for 50 cents, paid $68.71. You and I are both off to a fantastic start for the early pick 4 with a $23 horse on top. Fingers crossed one of us makes it through, Terry, if not both. Here are our full picks for the rest of the day. As we mentioned, race 1 is in the books. I forget already who won race 1, Terry. The 4 horse won, the first timer. Yes, indeed.
Yeah,
the 6 horse finished second. Who knows what the 1 horse is still running somewhere. The 8 horse won that race up in there. Here are our picks for the rest of this day, Terry. Any final thoughts from you before you and I come back tomorrow for day 2 of Keeneland?
Well, no, just the fact that I have to be a little bit more careful and looking. I got sidetracked today a little bit. So other than that, I hope everybody's having a great day, and hopefully we'll hit some more pick 4s today like we did yesterday and have some good wins. So that's
Indeed.
about it.
I'm hoping for some bombs all day today, folks, because As I mentioned, I played him over at that horse tourneys. Would certainly love to win a tournament and then use those proceeds to go qualify for Las Vegas or the Breeders' Cup Handicapping Challenge. Well, no matter what you're aiming to accomplish today, winning a tournament, just winning the day, as they say. Thank you, Race Masters, for joining us. Again, we appreciate that. Even if you're trying to win the day, Terry, trying to just make it a relaxing kind of day. I love those kind of days too. No matter what it is you're trying to do today, Terry, we certainly hope it has God's favor, God's grace, and ends up in
the winner's circle.
Absolutely. We'll see you tomorrow, hopefully, after a day chock full of winners at Keeneland. Make it a great Hollywood Hay Hump Day.